I own an island off the coast of France. That can only mean it's time for another park tour. Today is yet another incredible Jurassic Islands edition by Kaylin69. As per usual, this will be linked down below in the description. Go and check it out for yourselves. Give Kaylin lots of love for continuing to bring us some of the very best map design we've seen in this game and some of the very best integration of new ideas into those map designs. We're here today in Corsica, which, as I say, is an island off the coast of France to the southeast. And just to bring up something I kind of brought up in some of these other tours, I'm going to try to zoom out a little bit. We're at the edge of the bloody world here. I'm trying to show you the actual layout of the island, because as you can hopefully tell, I'm going to move this over here. Hopefully you can kind of get a sense for this. But geographically, it's actually pretty similar. I've got a image of Corsica up on my screen, and hopefully you folks can see it as well. But you can see that, you know, the layout of the island itself has been modeled to very closely resemble Corsica, the actual island. And there's some really cool stuff here. So we've got a big old tour to check out. Let's go hop in. Let's say this is our arrival point for today to kick things off, after I casually drown myself ever so slightly. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to France, welcome to Corsica. There we go, we are ready to rock. We've landed, we're feeling en français. I haven't slept, I'm very, very tired. So, apologies if this is nonsensical. I gotta say, again, I love these billboard editions, these map editions. This is the kind of thing that makes a park feel like a park and not like, you know, a zoo, I suppose. Even a zoo would have those. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, we've landed en français, and we are heading into the park. Now, I know the truck tour, the tour vehicle, whatever, is a big part of this one, so we're definitely going to spend some time enjoying that. I being Rudiger, we've got a lovely seated area here. Again, we've got some park maps. It doesn't matter we're not in Isla Nubes. Shut up. All these lovely people sat down. I think these may have been individually placed, you know. I don't know. Madness either way. Lovely little outdoor seating area with these, you know, raised shelters up there. Got to keep that French sun out of your eyes. I've referenced France far too many times in this video. No idea what this lad's doing. Lost his bloody mind. We've got another seating area over here, this time with a large tent and a balloon sitting at the top, slightly off center, which is breaking my heart. Kaylee, you need to fix that. That's despicable stuff. Isn't that beautiful though? It's definitely a different vibe than some of the more recent ones, which have been very arid. This one, it's still a little arid and dry. You know, it's got that Malta kind of vibe. It's worth noting that I'm not swapping the paths around just because I've got the paths that I like installed. But just throwing in those Dimetrodons on the fountain is really nice. And then we've got this lovely Joshua tree little aisle down here, leading us down some little cafes, some little routes down there to the sea, some little shops and stuff like that. You can just see the innovation center cresting over in the distance there, and our first dinosaurs, and as you can see, our first non-dinosaurs. So we're going to hop on the tour and experience those properly. Again, the really cool integration of those brand new Mayan themed building, or the El Dorado update that we got for the rides, which is really cool stuff. So we are going to ride the park tour. There we go. It hates me a little bit, but we got there eventually. Now, unfortunately, we've gone past the mammoths, I think, so I don't know if we can see those, but we do have Colombian mammoths stalking around in our park. You can see some Quetzalcoatlus over there against the trees. I love this. I always love when you get the park tour, the ride right next to the path, you know. Again, it's something about that just feels... everything's integrated together, and it feels like it's part of a wholesome whole. Whole with a W, not a wholesome hole. Hello. Got an Apatosaurus in a little waterfall or covered little pond, little lake area there. Water goes all the way down there. Love that. Again, lovely use of the new waterfall tools again from those other updates. I say updates, mods, but I need to integrate that into the world somehow. Architectural designs. Someone has invented waterfalls, which is cool. How do you feel about waterfalls? She feels great about them. And we're actually, are we going up over the waterfall? I wonder if you could put a tour track that goes past, like on the waterfall rock, on the ledge there. It's an interesting idea. But we are heading up into the mountains, seemingly. Which is interesting. Can You know what I'd like? I've just thought about this. Like an out the car viewpoint, maybe. Like imagine I'm sticking my head out of the sun mirror, the sun window, you know? The sun hole. What's it called? The sun view thing. I know what I mean. Anyways, we've raised up. We can just see a bit more of the park down there. Some hotels. We've got some zip lines. There's this lovely sort of quadruped zip line tower in the middle there. As you can see these zip lines kind of stretching out all over the park from this one central location. That looks really cool. Definitely go check that out in a bit, but you can see there, there's 4 of them, all of varying heights. You can see people darting all over the park from this raised area. It looks like we're going to be driving past there in just a second. See Innovation Centre there over on the left. It's quite a nice way to see the park, this actually. You've got the walking areas down there at the bottom, and then the cars take us all over, right past the pterosaurs first of all. Hello. Quetzal koalas there. There's some of those aquatic viewing areas they love so much. I'm shattered. Jet lag. Anyways, this is something I was really excited about seeing over here on the left. Let's go up here. Let's just go here. This is obviously the new lagoon rocks invented by famed architect Frontiero Frobo, and these have been integrated as a sort of rock ceiling, I guess. They're sort of jutting out of the mountain. The struts in them that usually you see underwater holding them up, they look like just jutting out of the mountain, holding up these gigantic rocks, forming a ceiling, forming a bit of a shelter. And doesn't that look fantastic? That looks really good. That is a very, very clever idea. And that's why I love visiting Kaelin's parks. There's always some things that are, you know, similar in idea. It's always an island build. It's always geographically accurate. There's always far too many dinosaurs. There's always a pterosaur section with aquatic viewing domes. But every single time they bring a new idea, a new unique invention that I haven't seen before. And using those as a rock ceiling, a rock shelter is a very, very cool idea, I think. How do you feel about it? Past me. There's like some multiverse nonsense going on here. I am all the women in this car. Not a sentence I've ever said before, I don't believe. Anyway, that heads down here, and then, oh, hello. I should have stayed in. Oh, they've done the same thing, but they've made a tunnel using the... Very cool, very cool. We've got a tunnel using those same rock pieces. Very nice. That comes out over here. That's built really nicely into it. Stick a rock over there to fix that. Pop shot here, right next to the Spinosaurids, living with the Quetzalcoatlus. Baryonyx, 2 Spinosauruses there. That is a beautiful sight. That is such a cool sight. Down this side we've got the hotels. You can see those zip lines in the middle. Let's follow these cars along a little bit more. Get some nice camera angles. See our Suchomimuses over there on that side. Okay, where else is this going to take us? Lots of Suchos, as per usual. But my favourite colour combination right there, that blue and yellow, looks fantastic. There you go, you get some fishy buddies. Meow. Meow. And of course, Baryonyx, looking horrendous as always. It's an interesting combo, the Quetzal and the Spinosaurids. It kind of makes sense in my head. I don't really know why, but it kind of works. There's our Darth Maul Spinosaurus there. Again, just far too many, far too many large dinosaurs, but they look great in front of the tunnel. I really like that idea. It blends in so nicely with the natural rock of this terrain as well, doesn't it? Like the colour of the rock there is so similar, and the patterned sort of entranceway that we have as well. It all blends together in a really nice way. Very cool idea. That's 2 baller ideas using the same item. Anyways, let's head down the cliffs a little bit more. Sorry if you get motion sickness whenever I do that. Past the seas, past the hotels over there, curl around the bend, past the Ceratosauruses and the Carnotauruses and the Acrocanthosaurus. I'm sorry, buddy. I completely forgot what you were for a brief second. Heads down here. You know what I really like as well? I'd like the ability to have tour tracks that split off into alternate directions. Like one car goes one way, one car goes the other. Jurassic Park itself had that. We've got Giganotosaurus as well. Of course, we've got a log across 2 cliffs. It's a classic by this point, but I really like this area. Again, too many large carnivores, but I'll stop talking about it. But I think this is a really cool idea, like this rock wall on one side, this cliff face on one side, and then this string of large carnivores on the other side with some viewing areas along the way. It is definitely a tour track focused park, this one. We've got our V-Rex up there dominating the landscape, as it should be. We've got some Allosauruses as well. We've got our marine viewing dome. Curls around here. We've got some fountains in the middle, lovely little display area. We've just got to assume there's, like, you know, invisible barriers here, like invisible fences that we can't see. I mean, I'm sure there are invisible fences that we can't see, but, you know, in universe, you've got to assume that as well. Majungasaurus, Tyrannosaurus Rex. I mean, the V-Rex is the highlight, obviously. There it is. What a beauty. I love her so much. Look at her. What an absolute beauty. It's the kind of design that if it came out these days, people would be like, well, but it's got a solid place in a lot of our hearts. I mean, it definitely has one in mine. There you go. Acro and Rex. Oh, Acro and Fluffy Rex sharing a meal there whilst their small, weird child sleeps nearby. That view there, the zip line crossing over the gap, and then the goat comes in to ruin it a little bit. Look at this, isn't this nice? Whole gang, that bloody goat. That goat is actually a modded goat as well. It's the, I can't remember what it's called, bear goat. That brings us down here. That looked almost photorealistic for one brief moment. That looks great. Kills us around here, walking down by the paths, and I think that's probably the end of the car trip. It is indeed. So that took us all the way through, well, a whole bunch of the island. Again, terrain work around here. That I know that it might not look like a big deal, but those of you who've played the game know how tough getting this to look like this really is. To have this flat and to have this beautifully, realistically ridged, and then the car drops down in a really nice, smooth way, and it drops under there, which that's the bit we saw before. How good does that look? There's the ridge there. We've got trees around there, and then we've got this really cool zipline design taking us to several different parts of the park, and I need to sneeze really, really badly. Sneezing complete. Right. So we've got the Innovation Center over here, and then I want to go check this bit out. We've got actually another car trip. As you can see, going over the water. Always a nice little thing that we can do. Now, really neatly done. This is, well, the monorail one's a little bit easier in this way, but harder than it looks as well to get this to look very, very neat and tidy like this, using 2 different tunnels. I usually use 3. Maybe I should only use 2. Straight over those crystal clear waters. We've got loads of waterfalls spilling into there from this lovely little habitat over here with our Gallimimus and Styligy Moloch, our Josepho Artigasia, which is basically a prehistoric giant capybara, as you can see. Lovely jubbly. And there's our triple lagoons as well, kind of just sitting by the area. And we do have a little viewing area if you want to check those out, like so. And I'm sure they have viewing domes inside, maybe? Yeah, there we go. Lagoon, viewing dome underneath down there. Those waters look particularly beautiful, don't they? Like, there's something just very, very, very see-through about these waters. Is it because they're placed in this ocean? It might well be, but they're beautiful, crystal clear waters there. As with over here, I love that you can see there's this. What they need to do is throw some of the. There's an item you can add that makes this. I'm just gonna actually do this myself. One sec, I'll show you what I mean. For those of you who are messing around with this at home, if you're gonna download the same mods, there is an item as part of the mod, and this is, you know, really good doing this thing. But you can add this kind of thing or this kind of thing. Might be a bit much, but you see what I mean. You kind of like a splashy kind of effect. It kind of blends it in a little bit better. But they've done that elsewhere. I love that this water and this water, they look demonstrably different as well. You know, this is murkier, this is where the dinosaurs are, it's a little bit filthy, and this is beautiful crystal clear because they stay away from that bit, you know. And then we've got this bit over here, so I want to walk, we've got another bridge actually next to this lagoon, and then I just want to walk around for this bit, so anyways, so we're walking, so it's like a it looks really cool. It's like a docks pier sort of area, I suppose. It looks great, so I'm quite excited to go have a little look. It's really, really neat and tidy, which is a really difficult thing to do here, Myosora. I saw a post on the subreddit the other day asking why everyone hates Myosora in Evolution, and most of the posts were like, yeah, I don't hate Myosora, but one of the top comments was, well, the YouTube, oh my god, you are proper squaring up to me. Oh, you're eating. I thought it was squaring up to me. One of the top comments was, well, YouTuber BestInSlot ranked it last. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I ranked it last in like my first ever dinosaur ranking video back in Jurassic World Evolution 1, and it kind of became a bit of a meme, and it probably got overplayed. I do hate it though, I'm sorry, like I know most people don't mind it, but its face just really annoys me. I don't even think it's unrealistic or anything like that, I just hate its stupid face, and its stupid skins, and everything about it. Anyways, but lovely exhibit, if you ignore the Myosora right here, little hedgerow. Why don't the dinosaurs simply eat the hedge and escape? Are they stupid? Yes, because it's Myosora. Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's pouring it down. I love that. Right, so again, we've got the car track going right by. We've got a walking area here. Everyone's rushing inside to get out of the rain. We, however, are looking away to get over to the left-hand side. Got these hotels kind of blocking our view a little bit. I kind of appreciate it anyway. Feels quite naturalistic. I love that. Going... nice little touch. Going through the... it's like a pickup point for the hotels, you know, if you're getting picked up to go on a date excursion or go back to the airport or whatever, and the cars drive right through. If we could get the cars to, like, stop there for a brief second with, like, a photo point, that'd be awesome. Alright, don't run me over. I'm going this way. And yeah, this is the bit I was most excited about other than the rock bits. This is... You know, it's pouring down with rain, and I'm on the pier. I am back home in the Isle of Man, you know? We've even got a giant ship, so this is part of the El Dorado update for the rides, for the Jurassic rides, by Sir Zero John, I believe. And it means we've got this gigantic boat parked in the harbour, essentially, docked in the harbour. Got some logical utility stuff here. We've got the gap here. This is where you'd get onto the boat, of course. And then, obviously, you've got your hotels nearby, as you would. And how cool... I mean, it's a weird style boat to have here, but actually, I mean, I just came back from a holiday in Tunisia, like a little family holiday thing. And at the nearby harbour, at the docks, there was a gigantic pirate boat, because they did day excursions on a pirate boat. So, you know, this is actually... And Tunisia... If you looked on a map, would not be that far from Corsica, I believe, because we're at the southeast of France right here, and Tunisia is at the very north of Africa. So, you know, it's actually very logical. I bet they do day trips there. Is it ever going to stop raining, however? Also, your umbrellas, ladies, it's just not really working. Dripping with rain, despite the umbrellas. Oh, there we go. It's beautiful. Let's have a little poke around. I mean, that's really good work. I mean, that's... I'm genuinely surprised it looks this good. Using these lampposts from the Jurassic World Decorations mod by RDRR, I believe, 1985. Using the watchtowers, which add like a lovely seafaring kind of quality to it. These gaps in the fences with these sort of boarding bits, and then we've got the boat there. It barely looks like Evolution 2, does it? If you told me that was Planet Zoo instead, I'd probably believe you. Other than the fact that there's no land in the distance. Planet Zoo should have like a pure water map, now that I think about it. But the water is physically rendered, so I suppose that would be quite difficult. Anyways, yeah, this is the bit I was most excited about, and I think it's really, really tidy work that scarcely looks like Evolution 2. And that's always my favourite thing that people do when they're modding or when they're, you know, building maps and stuff like that. I want to feel like it's something else entirely, you know. Why not? Why not just push the boundaries of what these games can do? I think that's a cool thing. I still think it's a compliment to the game. Some people take it as a negative, but I always think if people want to mod the heck out of your game, it's because they love it and they just want more of it, you know? People mod the hell out of Skyrim. No one's going to complain that Skyrim's not a good game. I'm sure some people would, but you know what I mean. The makers of Skyrim don't care. And neither do Frontier these days. They're much cooler about it these days than they were in the past. Can I throw myself in the water? I can. What happens? Weirdness. It is beautiful though, isn't it? They really upped the caustics in Evolution 2. Wait, no, I'm a real person, I can't say that. The caustics here in this real water that I am looking at are beautiful. There you go. So that's the docks area. I mean, look at that. I think that's so good. And the hotels are a perfect fit, sitting there ready to go. And then you get on your tour track, explore the rest of the island. This is, I think, one of this bit here may be Kaylin's best work. I think this is really top notch. I know I'm hyping it up a lot, but I really do think this is pretty stunning work, and should really be commended. And the fact that this island is actually the shape of Corsica in the first place, and yet it still has all this, blows me away. And how they keep making these come out like every week. How? Anyways, we've got a little bit more, just a little sort of lovely gardens sort of area over here with some fountains, some little walking areas you can do, some lovely skeleton displays there in the middle, and of course the hotel in the distance. Lots of skeleton displays. You could take a these lampposts and these fences. So the fences will be part of the Kyodenic EPPF mod, and the lampposts, as I say, are part of the Jurassic World mod. The game needs lampposts. Like, we need lampposts as a decoration, full stop. They add so much to it. They really do. Like, these are... it might seem a bit daft to look at that entire image and say the lampposts are the most important thing. But I think they are. To actually sell the vibe that they're going for, you know? And the balloons. Didn't forget about you, balloon. You're lovely. Anyways, we can walk down this sort of promenade little area. Got a couple of viewing domes, viewing towers over here into, of course, the pterosaur zone. There they are. Chowing down on some fish. We've even got this little unique lad over here on the... Oh god, I've gone miles away. Unique one over here. This is one of our modded ones. This actually made it into my top 10 creatures list that you may have seen just the other day. It is Zen Yuanoropteris. It might be Chen, actually. Or Shen. Probably not Zen, the way I'm pronouncing it. Either way, like my favourite modded pterosaur, really, you can see it right here. It doesn't stick out in a negative way whatsoever. It's got a kind of unique design, but pattern-wise and animation-wise and everything, it just blends right into the game. It's really cool. However, it is far too small for those gigantic fish, to say the least. But anyways, self-enclosed little pterosaur island here at the tip, and this bit is, as I say, actually here on the map as well. And I think that's probably largely it. We've got some lovely little paved sections down here, which may look more... I mean, just that, again, that pathwork, that is beautifully neat stuff right there. This bit in particular, look at that, lovely. That is verging on sexual. It's not verging on sexual, it is sexual. Really neat and tidy, and then we'll finish off over... Done this bit? Yeah, we kind of went over there, the Innovation Centre, sort of clasped in the bosom of the mountain. And then over here... Oh, this is where we came in, isn't it? Yeah, so there you go. There is Jurassic World Corsica. This might be my favourite one so far. It's between this and the first... I think Hawaii was the first one we looked at, and that was really cool as well. But I think the way the park tour is integrated into the terrain and into the park itself, I think how close it looks to the real thing. I think the dock work in particular over here is pretty incredible. Lovely use of the bridges, nice new way of using the rock platforms. Just lots of... I've got hiccups. Lots of very, very cool stuff. We've even got a little beachy area down here that I didn't see. You know, if you want to go chill on the beach. We've got little huts, got lots of sitting areas. Still think these should be invisible paths, but that's neither here nor there. Those hidden behind there, you know, those little private beaches, that goes all the way down here. Very appropriate for the setting. And the little... zipline island sitting atop the rock. Yeah, very, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. That is Jurassic World Corsica by Kaylin69. I highly recommend you go check these out for yourselves, of course, even if you're not going to download them because, you know, you've seen the tour or whatever, or maybe you don't want to download all the mods. Definitely go give the mod maker lots of love on the Nexus. They're really putting a lot of work in, and they deserve loads of love, basically. Don't we all? I think we all deserve that. I think we all need that. But Kaylin69 deserves love today. On weekends, when we do park tours, that's Kaylin's day. Go give them some love on the Nexus. I'll link that down below. And throw me a like down below as well if you enjoyed the video and this week's lovely park tour. I don't know what I'm going to do when Kaylin stops uploading parks. I've been doing this every week for like a month and a half now. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I have to make my own. Crazy. Look at this. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you lovely folks very, very soon. I'm going to go to sleep forever. Goodbye. Not forever. That sounded morbid. You know what I mean. I'll see you later.